In this tutorial, we'll be creating a cone again, but this time we'll be using a different approach. We'll be using the swept blend feature to make our cone. So in order to do that, we need to first define a trajectory. A trajectory is essentially a path. So we have to define that path first. So let's say I want to make a path such that it goes in the y-axis. It could be a straight path or a curved path, but for simplicity's sake, we'll leave it as a straight path. So for that path, I need to first define a plane that that's parallel to the xz plane, but is offset along the y-axis. So I'm going to make that plane first. So this one has an offset about 100 millimeters. That's good for me. So but I can change it as well. So I can say, let's say, give me an offset of, let's say, 50 mm. So it gives me an offset of 50 mm. I can also change it from here. So I think this should be enough. A random number, doesn't matter. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a line. So but this line has to be either on the yz plane or the xz plane. This line will be the path, the trajectory that I'm talking about. So I'm gonna see which plane. We can either use the right or the front plane, doesn't matter. Once we select it and then we sketch, we'll get these reference lines, and now we can create a line. So this point all the way along this axis, but I don't know yet whether it reaches that plane or not, so it doesn't really matter. If you want that point to be on this plane, you can actually draw a datum point on this plane. So turns out we don't really need the offset plane. All right, so now I've created my line. It goes through this. So let me show you the view of it. So if I look at from the front, you can see it's going through both of these planes. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create, so now I've created my path. What I need to do now is create my swept blend for the cone. So I'm going to click on swept blend. It's already selected the path. And now I'm going to go to sections and I'm going to select sketched sections. So you can either do selected sections or do sketch sections. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to sketch it, and it already gives me a plane on which to sketch it. So I'm going to make my base on this plane. I'm going to hit OK. And now I need to give another point which is on this plane. So for that, I need to make just a point. So I'm going to select a datum and I'm going to select a point on this plane. And if I go to now my swept blend sections, now I can sketch it on that point. So this was a reference point I made. And if I sketch the point of my cone here, I hit OK, my cone is created. And as you can see, I can also make this a hollow cone if I go into my swept blend again. So I can, so I can edit its definition. And if I go to and select surface, now if I hit OK, it becomes a hollow cone.